What is up, guys? Jim here, and today we're going to be getting my old mini bike going again. I was out in my garage this morning getting my lawnmower out to mow the lawn, and I saw this thing hanging out in the corner looking all sad, and I said, you know what, I should show this thing some love. I bought it probably, I don't know, 3 years ago or so from Go Power Sports. Built it, put it all together with a Harbor Freight Predator motor, rode it a few times, and then basically, I don't know, lost interest in it, put it away. I don't really know. My daughter took it out, I don't know, maybe like a year ago or so, and broke the exhaust pipe off right there. So we basically just put it in the, the corner of the garage and let it sit there. And in that time, it's kind of all gone downhill. The chain is all bound up now. As you can see here, you can't even really turn that. So I think I've got enough chain in the garage down in my shed that I'll be able to put a new chain on it. The brake is sticking. See what's happening there? I don't even know. The brake is having problems sticking and shit like that. The throttle is sticking. Oh, it's actually starting to move a little bit now. Still gotta lube that thing up or something, I don't really know, but it was sticking on the governor part right there. The carburetor must be all gummed up with gas because we have to have that shitty friggin' 10% ethanol gas now, so I couldn't even get it started earlier on, so I'm assuming the carburetor is all clogged up. So basically what we got to do is, I got this exhaust pipe for it, but the rub with the exhaust pipe is that in order for this pipe to go on, it actually gets routed like through here and ends up in the center of the seat right there. So that, it gets in the way of the gas tank. So I'm gonna have to put the gas tank up here to get that on, and I have to take the chain guard off to deal with the chain and also lube the clutch. Oh, and the other big problem is that it leaks oil out of the fucking case. So I'm also gonna have to take the case off. I don't know if it needs to just be tightened, if it needs to be resealed. To be honest, I really don't even know. So I'm gonna start there, take all that shit off, and I guess go from there. I'm gonna start just ripping it apart. All right, boys? All right, well, I guess the first thing we're gonna have to do is take this fuel system off and get that out of the way. So let me, it doesn't look like it's very tight, is it? I guess it wasn't very tight now, was it, boys? Shut that off. And I gotta get a couple tools. All right, well, got the fuel system off. I think I'm just gonna take this little nub of the exhaust off right there. Get this chain guard off so I can deal with the front cover and go from there. I just got the chain guard off, and I just realized how bad the chain actually is. You see this kink right here? This thing is like frozen solid. The whole chain is just frozen. I know I've got some chain down in my shed. I'm just hoping I got one that's long enough. If not, we'll run this today because we are taking this thing out to Mexico and testing it. We are fucking taking this thing out. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. All right? So I'm gonna get this chain off, drain this oil out of here. What's left of oil, the oil in there anyways. This thing's been leaking for a while. You gotta see the floor of my garage. You can see the oil down there. Not even really sure where that's coming from. Oh, that might have been an indication of where the oil might have been coming from the entire time. Very interesting. That's very interesting. You know what? Maybe instead of taking this whole case off and everything, maybe I'll just tighten these bolts up. I didn't even know that was loose. Oh, it's got a filler on the front and the back. I didn't even realize that. That one was loose. I wonder if that's why it was spraying oil the entire time. Look at how messy it is. Look how disgusting it is down there. Oh, that's funny. All right, so I guess what I'm gonna do right now is then I'm just gonna take this chain off, drain the oil out of here. Like I said, what's left of it, I'm not really sure what's even friggin' left in there. Then I'm going to run down to my shed, grab the spare chain that I have. I'm also gonna probably lube up this, what do you call it, the clutch, I guess, the automatic clutch, whatever the fuck they call that thing. So we'll lube that thing up, and then we'll deal with the carburetor after that, because the carb's gonna be a pain in the balls. We're gonna have to open it up, pull the needle out, not the needle, what do you call it? I'm not a carb guy. The jet, pull the jet out, and we'll make sure we can clear out that hole and put it all back together and hopefully run it down to Mexico. All right, well, I guess the chain I have for it is way too small. I just don't have enough length for it. So we're just gonna reuse what we have. Screw it, right? I'm just gonna hit it with some looby dooby, like Puddin's Fab Shop would say. Soak it in the looby dooby, right? You see that? Oh, that's got some length. That has got some length, boy. So I guess we're just gonna let that soak for now. And in the meantime, I'm gonna figure out how to take the clutch off. I can't remember. I think it's just a set screw or something. Take that thing off. Or I don't know, maybe it's got that bolt right there. Yeah, that's probably what takes it off. Oh, and a set screw. Okay, so it's got like both of them or whatever. And then we'll take this carburetor off. F with the brake a little bit, I guess. I don't know. I don't really need brakes, but I just gotta put some type of spring on it or something so it'll spring back. And we're almost gonna have this thing together. Oh yeah, look. I meant to tell you about the exhaust pipe here. This is what I meant about it, going out the back right here. Why we had to move the fuel tank. So that's gonna go right there. The fuel tank is gonna end up sitting up here. I'm gonna tighten this up, clean it up with some brake clean, I guess. And hopefully we'll be riding this thing in a few minutes. All right, well, I got the clutch out. The clutch still engages really well, but I figure I'll just lube up the brass. Is it brass? I think it's the brass bearing that goes through the middle right there. You can lube up the insides where it sits inside the shaft. All right, well, that's lubed up enough. Let's go ahead and, actually I'm gonna go get a rag real quick. All right, well, so far we've got the chain soaking in penetrating oil in the looby dooby. We re-greased the clutch here. There's some shit in there. We re-greased the clutch. We made sure the front cover was tight. And now I'm gonna go ahead, put this exhaust on, and then I think we'll start dealing with the carburetor. And after that, we'll put the fuel system on, put the chain back on, the clutch back on. I think we should be good to go after that. Hopefully anyways, because I want to rip this fucking thing, right? So while draining the oil, I noticed that basically there was nothing left in it. This thing holds probably, I think, a half a quart or so, something like that. So I don't know if it all ended up on my garage floor before I ran it, or if I ran it half empty. You know, who the hell knows, but we're gonna find out today. All right, well, I got the rest of the bike put together now. I got the pipe on it, the chain's back on, even though the chain is in really bad condition. See all the kinks? The penetrating oil is sort of working through the kinks, but they're just, you know, it might pose a problem. I don't really know. You know, we oiled up the clutch, we got that on. I'm not gonna bother putting the guard back on. This guard right here. It looks cool, but to be honest with you, it's just for pussies. So, you know what I mean? I'm an 80s kid, so safety isn't really a thing for me. So I'm gonna wrap that up, but the only thing we have left to do now is to clean the carburetor, which is right there. We gotta get this filter off. There's just a clamp on it right there. We'll get the filter off, take the carby off, and clean the carby, as our Australian friends would say. Clean the carby. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna clean the carby. Oh yeah, it's gross in there. Alright, well, I think what we're gonna do... What just fell? I think what we're gonna do is take this somewhere a little better to clean it. Probably on my trailer over there or something like that. These pieces can stay here. I'm gonna go grab a screwdriver so I can get the jets out. And and I'll meet you over on the back of my trailer. Alright guys, well here we are getting ready to clean the carburetor, and as you can see in there, there's a ton of gunk in there. All that black and green shit down there, that all needs to come out of there. I'm gonna pull the jet out of there real quick, and I'm assuming that's gonna be in just as bad condition. Generally when a carburetor doesn't stop, you know, when it stops working, it's because the jet, the hole is clogged, and I'm assuming that's what's happening here. Oh yeah, this guy doesn't even want to come out. Alright. Maybe this will let me get in there and grab that little guy. Oh, there we go. See all the gunk that was on that thing? That's why there was no fuel flowing through this thing. So, I'm gonna clean this shit up. Maybe, hopefully don't get it all over the camera again. Alright, well, this thing's all cleaned up now. Just put this thing all back together. If I can remember which way it goes. This way. That. Get that in there. Alright, well, carburetor's all put together. I'm gonna go slap this baby back on the motor. And what else do we gotta do? Oh, we gotta mount the fuel tank. So that's what, you know what? So I'll get this bad boy on, and then I'll bring you guys in to mount the fuel tank so we can kind of do that together. Alright? Peace! Alright, so it's come time for the final step. We gotta put this fuel tank on up here. It came with these little mounting brackets here. I think I used them before. I think when I first built this bike a few years ago, I think I had the tank up here, to be honest with you. I can't really remember. I don't remember if I had it up here, here. I don't really know. So it's going to be kind of an experiment to see where the best position might be. Alright, well, I gotta go dump this old fuel somewhere. Maybe down the drain, in the garden, in the ocean. I don't know yet. I'll figure that out. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I was able to get rid of all that old gas into the neighbor's cat dish, so that works out good and it's out of my hair. So I guess what I'm gonna do, I forget how this friggin' mounts. I think I had it mounted up here at one time. Alright boys, well that's it. It's all put together. Gas tank's on. I just put the fuel line on the end of the fitting right there, the end of the broken bob fitting. Plumbed it right into the carburetor. I already got the exhaust on, like I said earlier. All this stuff's on. I'm not gonna put the chain guard on for now. I think all we're gonna do right now is put some gas in it and try to start it and hope for the best. Like I said, I haven't had this thing started in like a year, but you know, I have faith. It should start. So let's do that. Well, here goes nothing. Oh, looks choking. Alright guys, well, here we are down in Mexico. Took me a few days to drive here from Boston. They gave me a little trouble at the border, but we made it through with a little bargaining. So here we are down in Tijuana. We're gonna do a little testing on the old mini bike. If you can see right there, I got it in the back. But I gotta be honest, I already recorded my failure outro video for this because I couldn't get the friggin' thing running. I spent a couple hours dicking with it. I just couldn't get it running right. And I went to my house, I sat around for a little while, then I came out and I made the outro video basically saying, you know, I'm sorry I couldn't get it running and all this, that, and the other friggin' crap. And, you know, and then I said to myself, you know what? Let me give it one more valiant effort. So I pulled the carby out again, gave it a good cleaning through again. I stuck some wire bristles in through the little orifices in the jet, and wouldn't you know it, it started running pretty damn good. So I got it in the back of the truck right here. I'm gonna unload it and run it back and forth a few times so you guys can see how it goes. All right? Well guys, I guess it is running like a piece of crap. So I'm not gonna be able to give you the outro that I really wanted to give you guys today. But you saw that it does have potential. It used to run really well. The carburetor is just gunked up, clogged up with old crappy gas, amongst other stuff, you know what I mean? So I guess what I'll do is, for now, is go on Amazon or eBay or something and order a new carburetor for it. Maybe that'll help out. Hopefully give you guys a video with this thing that you'd like to see. Trust me, this thing rips. It does 30 miles an hour. I mean, it doesn't sound fast for, you know, as compared to a car, but on this mini bike right here, 30 miles an hour is fast. This thing's low to the ground, you know? And plus, this thing looks cool as shit. Look at this thing. I love riding this bike. But as of right now, it's not going anywhere. I'm gonna pack this bitch up, take it home, hopefully have some dinner. Some nice ham sandwiches or something, you know what I mean? Like Mortsky. But as of right now, that's all I got for you. So if you liked what you see in the video, you want to see some more, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Alright guys, well, I figured since the mini bike video was a fail, I may as well at least leave you guys with a burnout. It's gonna be a one-legger. It'll be a posi wheel burnout soon, but as of right now, it's a one-legger. But that's what we'll do. I'll leave you guys with a nice fat Bernie for right now.